So as I promised you, my friends, we will never hide anything from you. We will always be very transparent and honest with everyone. We have to admit that this week was not our best week. Right now I'm scrolling here to show you the results of the premium group, and it's very obvious that Monday and Tuesday were actually not good days. But thankfully on Friday and Saturday and even Wednesday we have recovered most of the losses. And I believe this is normal. This is actually how Forex is. Forex can never be the same every single day. There will be some good days and bad days. For example, here we can see now the good day, and we can actually see that we have recovered most of the losses with 100% of the profits going in their targets. As we can see also, Friday was a good day, and the both signals that we have sent have went to the take profit number 1. Now, if anybody wants to judge our performance, please review our results in the past month. We can see this is September, for example, and as we can see, my friends, most of the signals are going in the right direction. The losses are of course part of this business. We can see that we had small losses here and there, but eventually most of the signals are going into the profit. And as you can see, my friends, they are full of green, and also we have received number of messages from our happy clients. So this is the real performance of Xtreme Trader. Again, losses is part of this business. It's normal. What is not normal is when someone sending you the signals and hiding the losses. We will never hide the losses. I just have shared with you every single day we had in the premium group. We told you guys this week was indeed not so good, but we are hoping for the next week to recover all these losses and of course to cover it with much more profits. So as you can see, even this client here, he says even loss I don't mind, as the market situation is such, so no problem with losses as long as the signals come to us, and to this new channel is really good. Auto trader works most of the times. Thanks again. So as you can see, we have so many clients who understand that it's normal to have bad days, but thankfully in Xtreme Trader we have a lot more good days, and for sure we believe that the next week is going to be much better and the market will be easier to be read. Of course, if you wish to join Xtreme Trader Forex Signals group, please contact our support. You can find their contact details in the description below this video. Contact them today and hopefully we will see you there. Alright guys, so of course it's not a secret also that the signals which I have sent you here last late week analysis video did not go as predicted as well. I think this is normal after having a 3 month of winning streak, and I think it's okay to fail 1 week, but however I will do my best to make sure that the week after is gonna be a profitable one for everyone who is following me on this channel. Please don't forget guys to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And just in case if you are wondering why didn't I release the Friday analysis video, the reason of course was the NFP and the unemployment rate news for the USD pairs, and I was really sure that they will change the direction of these signals. So that's the reason of course I did not release that video. However, let's see now what we can do next with the market, and let's begin as usual with the Euro USD. Again guys, don't forget please to hit the like button if in case you have skipped the speech. Anyway, regarding the Euro USD, if right now we check the monthly chart, we can notice that we are still struggling with that very long-term support on 0.96164. Guys who are following me for more than 2 months, they know that I almost in every video I'm talking about this support. It's a very critical level, and I think the gold is going to be ranging there for a couple more months before it's finally going to make the final direction, which I believe is going to be to the fall. Considering the current situation of course of the euro, especially now the winter is almost there and Europe still didn't find a reliable source of the gas and energy after being cutting off from Russia. Anyway, moving now to the weekly chart. Now on the weekly chart, what we can see right here is exceptional. We can see right here that the market has made strong attempt to break out from that level of a previous support at 0.99657. Now we can see that the market indeed has created here a new resistance, and that pin bar right there, after being seen on a resistance level, confirms that the market most likely is going to continue the fall. So eventually we are going to start shorting the Euro USD, and the target, my friends, has to be the lowest level of the support right here at 0.95337. So that's going to be our target. However, for the entry, now moving to the 4-hour time frame, I don't even need to go to the daily chart. I mean, the weekly and monthly chart, all of them together, confirms that the Euro USD is going to be bearish for this week. So actually going to the daily chart is pretty much useless right now. Okay, since we are on the daily chart already, let me just show you that we're having here a very clear resistance trend line. And seems like the market has actually been rejected from breaking out from that level. So right now it has been confirmed in my opinion that the market most likely, after falling for about 223 pips from that level of a resistance, the market will try to gain some liquidity in order to continue the flow. Which means, right now, let's just go to the 4-hour time frame. Now we can expect from the market to make another pullback, and upon the pullback, we can start shorting, of course, the Euro USD. Now, to find the best entries for this pair, it's important to find first the real level of a resistance. We don't really care for the support. We just care for the resistance as long as it was a real level of a resistance, of course. And check this out. Right there, exactly. Right there, at 0.98344. We can notice that we had here, my friends, a real level of a resistance and one single attempt of a support. That single attempt of a support represents by one single tail, and when the market has made an attempt to make another support reversal right there, the market instantly broke out from that level, creating here a strong bearish candle. Now, it's important to mention that we have here also another resistance. So does it mean that the market might actually continue rising and reaching that level of a resistance? I really doubt it, because right now on the 4-hour time frame, we can see that we have 1 and 2 attempts to break out from that level of a resistance, meaning 0.98171 is actually a strong level and doesn't seem like the market is actually able to break out from it. Now, I want to go to the 1-hour time frame to show you something interesting. If I go now to the 1-hour time frame, look at that. This level right here, the resistance right here, this level of a resistance, now we can identify the real levels of resistance from the false ones. We can see that we had here a fake breakout, real level of a resistance, fake, real, and we can see the bullish breakout. And again, the market has reversed exactly on the same level of a real resistance. Let's just make it clear and short. Most likely, my friends, since we are actually facing here a strong support level at 0.97407, we can actually expect from the Euro USD to make another pullback, and we will actually be shorting the pair exactly at that level of a resistance. Why did I delete the line here? Let me just try to draw it back, go back to the 4-hour time frame, and let me just make sure it's accurate. Exactly, just like that. Perfect. So exactly right there, as 0.98107, sorry, 0.98105, we will actually start shorting the Euro USD. We have to wait for the pair to rise for about 70 pips. And of course, with the current situation, this is so normal. I mean, look at that. We have here one single candle, which have moved for about 87 pips. Another candle has moved for about 100 pips. So as you can see right now, the market is actually crazy, and aiming just like 10 or 20 pips is just nothing. Just so you know, when I'm scalping right now, I'm aiming 40 or 50 pips. That is a number that I didn't dream about scalping with. But however, we will be shorting the Euro USD at that level of a resistance, and hoping, my friends, that we are actually aiming the target of about 277 pips. Another way to confirm this, of course, is by seeing this support trend line right there, and we can see that the market indeed created here a support trend line, and the market has indeed managed to create the bearish breakout from that level. So after reversing from that support, we can expect from the market to continue rising, retesting the broken level of a support trend line, and create, of course, a new resistance trend line. From there, my friends, we can start shorting the Euro USD. And there goes our signal, my friends, for the Euro USD. The safe zone will be ranging for about 66 pips. Meanwhile, the target is going to be 275 pips. That's everything for the Pound USD. Moving now to the Pound USD. Alright, so let me just tell you something about the Pound USD. If I go to the weekly chart, the weekly chart shows us something here very similar to the Euro USD. That very strong key support level at 1.14405, the same level of a support which has been broken out from since 1985, as we can see, has been finally retested, and the market has fallen for about 340 pips after the retest. Now that bearish candle here, the pin bar, it confirms in my opinion that the market is most likely going to continue the fall. The target right now is not going to be the lowest level of a support. It's going to be the lowest level of a closing price of these two candles of the weekly chart at 1.08365. That's in my opinion, of course. So now moving to the 4-hour time frame. We have actually identified where we can start, or actually we have identified the direction of the pound USD. Now is the time to identify the entry. So of course, if we draw here this resistance trend line, let me just tell you something. This is of course what we call the magic of trend lines. It's a 2-series videos you can actually find on my channel. We can actually understand more about the support trend lines and resistance trend lines and how we can use them to have actually a perfect entry. So anyway, what I'm doing right here is simply like that. I have drawn here the resistance trend line, and all I'm doing is just simply dragging the line here all the way to that level of a resistance trend line, this level of a resistance trend line, which was in the past, of course, a resistance trend line as well. So this level has been respected. Now, since we can see that the market has actually, or the market is actually facing a support zone right here at 1.10540, we can actually expect a pullback, and we can expect from the market to actually bounce one more time on that level of a resistance trend line before finally continue the fall. And of course, once we do that, the target, of course, my friends, has to be the nearest strong key resistance level to our entry. So that's going to be our target. Now for the entry, after identifying the levels with the resistance trend line, let's now move to the horizontal level. Let's move to the 30-minute time frame to have a very accurate entry. So as I have mentioned earlier, the market right now seems like it's going to be reversing on that level of a support zone. So let's just now find the real level of a support. Oh, sorry, a resistance, I mean. So just by this simple, exactly, just like that. Now, we have actually separated the real level of a resistance from the false ones or the fake ones. We can see here a real level, fake breakout, again, real level, fake breakout, and again, pay attention, the market has respected only the real level of a resistance at, when actually it has created a new support, and then that support has instantly been broken out from. Then again, the market has created here a fake breakout, and again the same level of a real resistance at 1.11701 has again been respected. Interesting. Now we can see another fake breakout, again real level of a resistance, and then we have here a major false breakout. All of that together tells me that most likely the pound USD is going to actually reach this level of a resistance right here at 1.11701, which means we have to wait for the pair to rise for about 77 pips before we can start shorting it. So now we have identified the entry, which is going to be right here, exactly right there, and the target, my friends, is going to be the nearest strong key resistance, which means you are aiming approximately 251 pips profit from the signal, and a safe zone that shouldn't actually be ranging higher than this level of a resistance right here, exactly at 1.12734, which means the safe zone is ranging for about 107 pips. There goes the signal, my friends, for the pound USD. Moving now to the AUD USD. Alright, so the AUD USD is a bit different from the other pairs. Now if we check the monthly chart, we can notice that right now the AUD USD has actually reached the lowest level of a real support at 0.63693. Moving to the weekly chart, however, we can confirm that the AUD USD still actually has a few more pips to go. Actually, that is the real level of a support right there. So actually on the monthly chart, we can see the direction, but however, on the weekly chart, we can notice also that this level of a support right there at 0.62634 is going to be the final target for this pair before we can notice any bullish reversal, which means the AUD USD still has about 108 pips more to go. Now, let's go to the daily chart, however. Now the daily chart, actually I want to go to the 1 hour time frame. I need to show you this. Now what we can see right here, my friends, is simply a support trend line which has been broken out from, as we can see, and the market has already retested that level of a broken support trend line. Interesting. Now let's do something interesting here. We can actually move this support trend line to be like that. That's also valid, of course. Now we can notice right here that we had a support trend line, a support trend line, support trend line. Then finally we had the bearish breakout from that level of a support trend line. which means we can actually wait for the pair to rise again. First of all, it's going to be retesting this broken level of a support trend line, and also we can notice right here exactly the market has performed a resistance at 0.63993, which of course is going to be matched up along with this support trend line, which means we have to wait for the pair to rise for about 30 pips before we can start shorting it. Another way, of course, to confirm this signal is by using the resistance trend line. And as I'm telling you, my friends, all we need to do right now is simply drag the very same level of a resistance trend line all the way, just like that. We can notice right here that the market indeed respected this level of a resistance trend line. And now what we need to do is simply drag it all the way to this level of a support trend line, as you can see right here, resistance trend line, and of course a resistance trend line. Then by tracking this level, we can see that we had here a real level of a resistance trend line, then again 2 fake breakouts. Now, when the market is going to reach this level of 0.63993, first of all, it's going to be retesting the level of a broken support trend line to create a new resistance trend line. And number 2 is going to be respecting the real level of a resistance trend line. And number 3 is going to be retested the broken level of horizontal support as 0.63993. All of that together confirms in my opinion that the AUD/USD will start the reversal from that point. And again, right now, moving to the daily chart, we can notice that the target, my friends, is going to be about 100 and I would say about 140 pips. Now for the 1 hour time frame, to identify the edge of the safe zone, which is not going to be ranging for higher than, I think, about right here, this level of a resistance. Let me just go to the daily chart. Yes, this is perfect. On the daily chart, the AUD/USD safe zone will be ranging for about 67 pips. And there goes your signal, my friends, for the AUD/USD. Moving now to the USD Cad. Of course, we need to check right now the weekly chart for the USD Cad, and we can notice here the strong rejection from breaking out, after breaking out from that level of a resistance at 1.36106, and the retest actually has already happened. The USD Cad has actually rose for about 123 pips after retesting the broken level of a resistance. Now, most likely the USD Cad is actually going to continue to rise. If we move now to the daily chart, we can notice right here that the USD Cad has actually formed here what we can call a fake breakout, but the pair has actually managed to rise above that level of the broken level of a resistance at 1.36106. Right now, what we can see right here exactly is a false breakout, and right here we can see the real level of a support has been respected. Interesting. Usually, my friends, the market is actually going to move in the opposite direction of the fake breakout. So whenever you have a fake breakout, usually like that, we can see here a false breakout, and then the market has went in the opposite direction, a fake breakout, and the market went in the opposite direction, a fake breakout, and the market moved in the opposite direction, and so on. So however, moving now to the 4 hour time frame. Now what we can see right here on the 4 hour time frame is a support trend line just like this, and seems like the market has indeed managed to respect that level of a support trend line. Now if we check this level, however, on horizontal support, exactly right here at 1.36727, we can notice first of all the market is actually has retested already the broken level of a resistance at 1.36727, which was in the past a real level of a support. So this support has been respected. This actually was a perfect entry. I really regret not sending this signal on Friday, but again, it was the NFP and the unemployment rate news, so it was actually very much risky sending this signal, especially knowing that the results of the late week analysis was actually not that good. So actually I was under pressure, and I really didn't want to risk sending any more false signals for this week, and I decided to wait for the week to be over. However, let me just make it short for you. Most likely, my friends, we have to wait for the USD Cad to fall for about 60 pips before we can start buying again. The market right now is actually facing a strong level of a resistance right here at 1.37442. we can actually expect from the USD Cad to make another bearish reversal or a pullback respecting that level of a support number 1, and we will be buying the pair at support number 2. And of course, once we do that, the target, my friends, has to be placed right on the highest level of the resistance at 1.38319 and a safe zone, which shouldn't actually be ranging lower than this level of a real support at 1.36022. And there goes your signal, my friends, for the USD Cad. Moving now to the USD JPY. Alright, so of course for the USD JPY, however, we can notice here, my friends, on the 4-hour time frame. Actually, before that, let's go to the weekly chart. So on the weekly chart, we can notice here the very strong bullish movement for the pair. And in my opinion, the pair is most likely going to continue the rise till it break out from the long-term resistance or the highest level of the resistance at 145.896. Guys, just in case if you have noticed that I'm breathing loud in this video, that's of course due to the sinus condition which I have, and I am actually breathing from my mouth most of the time. So it's actually affecting me, and I'm trying the best I can to hide it, but I think it's obvious, so forgive me if it's annoying to you. I'm just doing really my best to hide it. Anyway, what we can see right here, my friends, is the highest level of the resistance at 145.895 is most likely going to be breached, and most likely it's also going to be broken out from. So meaning, if we now go to the 4-hour time frame, we can notice here something interesting. Now we can see that the market here has performed a resistance, actually has formed, not performed, has formed here a resistance trend line, number 1, number 2, and we can see that the market, after the breakout happened right here, has respected that level of a previous resistance trend line, and therefore a bearish movement right now is not actually in the horizon. Most likely the USD JPY is actually going to continue the rise. So right now, if we check here this level, however, from the resistance trend line, just like that, actually I need to go to the 1-hour time frame to show this to you. Now on the 1-hour time frame, my friends, what we can notice right here is simply we have here a a support trend line, and again another support trend line. We can see here support trend line, a fake breakout in the middle, then the same level of a support trend line has been respected repeatedly. Now, since the market is actually facing here a resistance level exactly right here at 145.366, we can actually expect from the USD JPY to make another pullback and reverses back to the same level where the original resistance has been formed exactly right here at, actually not here. Let me just be accurate. Let me just be 30 minutes time frame. 30 minutes time frame, we can see it clearly. Yes, perfect. I actually was talking about 30-minute time frame, not 1-hour time frame. So right here we can see the level of the real resistance has been formed right here. Then we had a fake breakout, and then we can see here the market has already formed a support number 1. So right now we can wait actually for the USD JPY to fall again to the same level of a support number 2, and the support trend line as well is gonna be the third attempt of a support trend line, because we have here already 1, 2, and now we will be entering right on the third attempt of a support trend line. However, for the take profit level, it's gonna be placed at the highest level of the resistance, or the peak of the resistance, at 145.900. That's gonna be our target, and of course the safe zone will be ranging, my friends, just a little bit till the lowest level of a real support at 144.566, which means we are aiming approximately 86 pips profit from this signal against, actually, let me just make it right here. We don't really need that much of higher safe zone. 33 pips, of course, of the safe zone. Now, you might tell me, Salah, this is a very small, it's just low profitable signal. The answer lies, my friends, on the highest level of the resistance. Actually, I don't really like to give these signals where the market is actually not showing us where is the highest level of a previous resistance, and I just really prefer to give you the safest signal possible. I believe this is going to be a safe signal. Just wait for the pullback to be happened, and then buy till the market reaches the highest level of the resistance, and then on the midweek analysis and the late week analysis video, we can see what we can do with the pair. But until then, we will maintain a buy order for the USD JPY. And there goes the signal, my friends, for the USD JPY. Moving now to the USD CHF. Okay, so I need to tell you something here. The USD CHF seems like really ugly nowadays. On the daily chart, we can notice here, my friends, that the market is really unstable at the moment. It's just moving in consolidation mode on the daily chart. we can notice that we had here a daily a bullish candle, then bearish one, then bearish one, bullish one, bearish one, bullish one. So it's not really clear. I mean, it's not so clear for me how the market moved this past week. Of course, right now I'm on the daily chart. So what I'm talking about, my friends, is just something very clear for us to read. I mean, we need to see a clear support or resistance, but in this mess right there, we can't really tell much. But what we can tell right here after this market has finished this chaos right there, we can see that the market here has performed a support trend line, however. So now we can rely on this to find our next direction for the USD Chf. Now we can assume that the market has actually been respecting that level, regardless to the consolidation mode that the pair went to, regardless to how much it was actually ranging there, it has always been respecting that level of a support trend line, as we can see. Which means we can actually wait for the pair after what's wrong with me? After seeing it ranging on that level of a resistance right there at 0.99467, we can expect from the pair to fall again, respecting the same level of a support trend line, relying fully on the history that the pair has actually shown us on that support trend line. So meaning we have to wait for the pair to fall right there, respect the same level of a support trend line, and of course the target, my friends, has to be at the highest level of the resistance at 1.00260. Which means let's first identify the target, which is going to be, this is the target, of course, it's going to be the level of the resistance at 0.353. Now for the entry. Let's go to the 1 hour time frame. I need to go to the smaller time frames to actually show you better entries. So let me just now draw here a support trend line from this lower low to this higher low. Perfect. Now notice the thing here. Now the same level which I have drawn here from this lower low to this higher low, wherever you drag the same level of the same line, you can see that the market has repeatedly respected the same level as a support trend line. Check this out. Even right here, we can see that the market indeed formed here a support trend line and again respected the same level. Keep going. We can see right here that the market indeed has formed here a resistance trend line and resistance trend line, a support trend line, and again a support trend line finally right there. Now, since we are actually facing a resistance level right here at 0.99467, we can actually expect from the USD Chf to continue falling right here, respect again the same level of a support trend line to create the second attempt of it, and from that point, my friends, we can start buying the pair. Now it's important to find a support on the horizontal level. Now pay attention, right here, my friends, exactly right there. Let me just be accurate, exactly, just right there, perfect. At 0.99099, what a nice number. We can see right here a support level, a fake breakout, then a real level of a support right here and right there, and again a real level of a support which has become already a resistance level, and again we can see that the market has respected that level as a support number 1, meaning waiting for the pair to fall again right here to create support number 2, and also support trend line number 2. That's gonna be the best level where we can start buying the pair, which means we have to wait for the USD Chf to fall for about 36 pips before we can start buying it, exactly just like that. And the target, my friends, which is gonna be placed at the resistance at 1.33035, which means we are aiming approximately 124 pips profit from this signal. Meanwhile, the safe zone will be ranging just a little bit till the lowest level of a real support right here, which was in the past a real resistance as 0.98656, which means the safe zone is ranging for only 44 pips against 124 pips of profits. And there goes your signal, my friends, for the USD Chf. Moving now to the gold. Alright, so from the first sight of the gold, you might notice that right here we are having here a very strong key support level exactly right there at 1680.56, and you might think that Salah will most likely give us the signal to start buying from that level of a support. Done. I have done watching the video. Let's now waiting for the market to be opened. Well, hold on. That's not the case. I don't believe that the gold is actually going to reverse on that level of a support for a simple reason. If we move now to the weekly chart, what we can notice here is something interesting. Right now, we can see that the market here has actually created a support trend line, and check this out. That support trend line, my friends, which has been lasting since 2018, has finally been broken out from last month, and as we can see right here, this week October, the market actually has been retesting the broken level of a support trend line. Not to mention, of course, that this was indeed a very strong key support level, which I was talking about for a really long time, and we can see right here that the market indeed retested the broken level of a previous support, and right now it seems like it's creating a new level of a resistance. So the retest of the broken support trend line has actually confirmed, in my opinion, that the market is most likely going to continue the fall. I believe that the gold will continue falling for this week. Right now we can see also that the market has here created a resistance trend line, and we can see that the market is actually respecting that level of a resistance trend line. So buying right now, I really doubt. I mean, in normal circumstances, I would say that we can start buying the gold, but seeing that support trend line actually has changed my opinion. So I believe the gold is going to continue the fall. So now it's a matter of where exactly we can start shorting it. Now I believe that we're having here a real level of a resistance exactly right there at 1725.24. So right now let's just use the support trend lines and resistance trend lines, of course, to find the perfect entry. All I need to do is simply draw here a resistance trend line from this higher high to this lower high, just like that, and then expand it. Now pay attention, the market indeed has been respecting the same level of a resistance trend line repeatedly. It became also a support trend line for 2 times, and then the market followed it later with a strong bearish breakout from that level. And pay attention, the market did not immediately create a resistance trend line, it instantly broke out from that level, but the market also did not create a support trend line. So the market has actually fallen again, and right now we can see the same level of a previous resistance trend line is being respected again. So right now all we need to do is simply drag the very same level of a resistance trend line all the way. Just check this out. That's what I call, my friends, a perfection. Check this out. Perfect, 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 perfect. Yes, perfect. Now we can see that same level of a resistance trend line has indeed been respected. So what does stopping the gold from respecting it for a third time? Absolutely nothing. Right now the gold is actually facing a strong support zone right here at 1682.05, and we can expect from the gold to make a pullback and respect the same level of a resistance trend line, and after that is going to continue the fall. Now of course we need to move to the 4-hour time frame since we are right now on the daily chart. So let me just now move to the 4-hour time frame, and now I'm going to use the same resistance trend line which I have used earlier. Now check this out. Finally, this is perfect. Now we can see, my friends, we had here a support trend line which has been respected repeatedly, 1, 2, 3, 4, and again 5, 6. Now we can see clearly that the market is facing that support level right there. So we can simply wait for the market to rise again, reaching the level of a broken support right here at 1709, and from that point we will be shorting the USD, the gold I mean. And of course, let me just mark it for you. Now we can see also that the gold has already formed right here a resistance number 1, which was in the past, of course, a resistance. So I believe we can rely on that level of a resistance to find our perfect entry. Just wait for the gold, my friends, to rise for about 126 pips more to go before we can start shorting it. And once we do that, the target has to be the nearest strong key support level to our entry as 1661.16, which means we are aiming approximately 460 pips profit from the signal, and the safe zone that shouldn't be ranging higher than the level of the resistance as 1729.20, which means we are the safe zone is going to be ranging for 221 pips against 460 pips of profit. And there goes our signal, my friends, for the gold for this week, and we have done with the weekly analysis video. Again, guys, please don't be judgmental about what happened on the last week. It was the first loss after 3 months of winning streaks. I believe I deserve another chance, and hopefully if anyone who have found the channel recently, you can check the history, my friends. It's always there. The videos are right there. The signals, the results from the premium group are there as well in the Telegram. You can check them out by yourself and to confirm the quality of Xtreme Trader signals. I hope the last week is not actually representing our performance. We will do the best we can to recover any potential any losses happened, and of course I believe this week I can back to the live trading videos, since I have abandoned this series since more than like 2 months. Again, guys, the reason for abandoning the live trading sessions is the very low view rates, and this consumes a lot of energy and pressure from me, especially when I'm doing it on my live account. But I will do it again since I'm seeing some comments asking for it to be back. So again, I hope this is gonna be a good week for everyone, and in the end I hope that is informative to you, and I would like to thank you for watching.